I did not expect this to be this good, especially for $30 each. Like, I'm actually surprised right now. Yolopark AMK, Beast War, Optimus Primal, and Dinobot are way more solid than I thought they would be at this price point. Beast War is not an easy line to adapt into molecules. The designs are organic, layered, and if anything, is slightly off, and you notice it immediately, especially Dinobot. So I wasn't really expecting much going into this. Yes, guy, I finally have more figures coming, and this time is from Yolopark. The Transformer Beast War 30 years anniversary. Massimo Dinobot and Massimo Optimus Primal. Just look at the box art. I absolutely love the box art in here. They just look fantastic. Oops, the box is a little too tall. You can see that my review station is relatively big, but this box are covering a big space. Here are the backs of the two boxes, which is honestly quite interesting to look at. So of course, these two are model kits. You can see that they advertise that Dinobot and Optimus Primal just come in separate parts like this, and then we just put them together. Because these are supposed to be smart model kit, so we don't really have to use tool to cut out material and then put the part together, unlike the traditional model kit. But this guy are way easier to assemble. Just have those many parts together and then put them back together, and they do look fantastic. Even for the box, just to keep the box on display, they already look really fantastic. So Dinobot is slightly taller at 20cm tall, versus Optimus Primal is 18cm model kit. And actually this time, they have the open box like this. We already know the exact content that we are getting in this box. Actually, even keeping them in box like this, it's really nice on display. Let's open Optimus Primal first. And here's what we have inside. And here are the whole look of Optimus Primal. So first impression, all these parts, even the chest, they feel pretty heavy. Fairly hefty, not as light as I would expect from some potential model kits, so that's good, very good quality. Oh my god, that looks good! And of course, I would like my Optimus Primal to have the weapon. So this is our Optimus Primal. And now we have two pairs of hands. Now, let's take a look at Dinobot. Similar to Optimus Primal, we can just open him up and see what he actually have inside. And there we have all part of Dinobot in the same space. Right away, I already love the weapon. This thing can rotate 360. Pretty cool, just like in the movie. So unlike Optimus Primal, Dinobot only have two hands. The original two hands probably because he has articulation in both of the hands. But after building both of them and seeing them fully assembled, yeah, these are actually kind of impressive. Not perfect, but definitely better than I expected. The biggest surprise is how complete they feel on the shelf. During the build, the first thing I noticed was the plastic quality. It feels more solid than I expected for this price range. Not premium masterpiece level, but definitely not cheap or brittle either. In terms of articulation, Optimus Primal is awesome. The head can turn left to right like this. It can actually go all the way 360 rotation like this through that bone joint over there along with the neck joint. So the neck joint can even go down all the way down here too, which is pretty awesome. So you can see the whole range like so. And of course you can rotate wherever you want. For the arms, they actually have butterfly joints right here. So butterfly in and out, and then for the shoulder guard, it can go up all the way like so and down all the way like so. It have two hinges, so there's a lot of things you can do with this to accommodate for the shoulder articulation. The shoulder itself can go up all the way over there to that far, and then can go down normally. And then it have the bicep swivel over there, of course it can go 360. And then down here we have double elbow that can bend all the ways like that. And then down here, of course for the arm, we have that functional button. Just the button over here can deploy the two arm cannons. As you can see over there, they all have spring loaded. So spring over here and then a spring up there to push the cannon up. So it's pretty cool. So to put it back up, you can just push the cannon in and then push it back down. This wrist swivel over here can rotate 360. And that wrist swivel, and inside here we have the bone joint that actually connect the hand. So you can unplug the hand and change out the different hands. Same articulation to the other shoulders. Down here, of course, we have this ab crunch right here with the upper body and the abdominal section. And then for the abdominal section, it can rotate pretty much 360. For the legs over here, it can spread all the way to 180 degree like so. Rotate down there, and then it's also on the bone joist. Look at the legs band. The knee band is again go way over 90, so this is 90. It's double jointed knee joint, similar to the elbows. And then as we go down here, we have really good ankle pivot. And I actually love that this has a piston, and the piston actually functional, so you can see that the piston will move as we move the feet, which is really awesome. And the feet also have articulation for the upper part like so, and it also have the back heels articulation. And of course, we have the backpack, and the backpack have the spring-loaded feature to deploy the shoulder cannon. How awesome is that? It just looks good. And then we can put the cannons back in. So that's the full articulation for Optimus Primal. Now let's check out articulation for Dinobot. Similar to Optimus Primal, it can go 360, mainly due to that bone joist on the necks over there. And the necks can also be articulated, so you can see that it can look down really far. And of course, for the chest, it also have articulation. So it's on the double hinge, and then you can move the chest up again. He does have double fly joist, similar to the other side. It have a full 360 rotation at the shoulder over here, up and down. Pretty good range. And of course, that can rotate 360 too. And as for the elbow, we have double jointed elbows again, so it can bend really nicely, like so. And then we have 360 degree rotation over there. And individually, finger articulation. Similar articulation to the other hands and arms. We have rotation 360 over there. And of course, we also have the ab crunch right there. So you can see that it can move a little. Unlike Optimus Primal can go to 180 because of the gore. But the legs can actually be hinged up and down too. So it can accommodate for that a little. So you can see that if you hinge it down, it can go to not 180, but pretty close. And then it can rotate 360 over here. The knees can again bend really good. But the hinge is very tightly on this guy. And down here, of course, we have side to side and then up and down. And then, of course, the feet can also move a little, just for the toes. Joint tightness is actually pretty consistent across both figures. Nothing felt dangerously loose, and nothing felt frustratingly stiff during assembly. That balance is actually more important than people think for display kits like this. I absolutely love the scale that worked out between the two. As advertised before, Optimus Primal is 18cm tall, versus Dinobot is 20cm tall, and that's much with the show too, since Dinobot should be a little taller than Optimus Primal. To compare the accessory, you can see that, of course, Optimus Primal comes with 2 extra pair of hands and 2 alternative face, while for Dinobot, he's come with technically 2 extra face and the laser eyes that come with one of the face. And of course, for Optimus Primal, he has his dual blade, versus for Dinobot, he have a sword and a shield. Technically, this rotating things over here is the shield, and both of them are the tail of Dinobot. It's just a rotating shield, which is pretty interesting. And Optimus Primal will also come with special features, his weapon being deployable. So we have the shoulder cannons and we have under her hand cannon, which is pretty awesome to look at. Now, they're not perfect. These are still model kits, not transforming figures. So if you're expecting that kind of experience, this is not it. But for what they are trying to be, displays focus Beast War figures. They do a lot right. And honestly, this is where things get interesting. For around $30 each, the values here is pretty crazy. You're still getting solid articulation, good material, and strong accuracy, and a really enjoyable build experience. Very straightforward. That combination is hard to beat at this price. But I want to know what you think. Are these worth it for Beast War fans? Or would you rather stick to more traditional figures? Let me know in the comments.